Hi, my name's Diane Nye, and I've put together a sequence of movements for you today to reawaken and energize your body. And we're going to think a little bit about moving from the inside of ourselves to the outside of ourselves using breath, focusing on how the body connects from top to bottom, from inside to outside, from front to back. So we're going to try and use our body as a whole. So I hope you enjoy. If you have a mat positioned somewhere with a bit of space around you, then come on down onto your mat and you can lie on your back and get really comfortable. This is often the most comfortable place where your thigh bones can drop deep into the pelvis, the lower legs falling into the feet, and the rest of the body just gives itself to the mat. But if you want to have your legs straight or in a different position, then that's fine too. Because what we're focusing on to start with is letting go and allowing your body to release to the forces of gravity, to allow you to sink and drop and be fully supported by the floor beneath you. So take a few moments to just notice that and how you are being supported so you don't have to support yourself. You can literally let the weight of your body release, spread, give itself to the mat. And then go ahead and take a breath in, and I want you to see if you can visualize the breath coming down into your body, filling up your lungs, filling up the space inside the rib cage, causing the rib cage to expand out. As you breathe out, you can visualize how, as the lungs deflate, the ribs recoil back in towards your center, and the air is being pushed out of your mouth. I want you to try and focus on the breath in real time. So that's staying really present with the breath as it goes in and out of your body, and having the image of the breath as though you could jump inside of your body and actually see it moving down, seeking space, filling you up, causing those stretchy ribs to move outwards, forwards, backwards, and just see how far down inside the body the breath is able to go. As you gently breathe out, and remember there's no rush for that breath to come out of your body, so you can take your time, calmly experience how as the lungs deflate, move back upwards, the chest softens, sinks, the ribs narrow gently. Maybe you feel the weight of your body a little heavier falling into the mat as your body settles and falls further and further back. And as you continue with your breathing, notice how it feels to fall further back into yourself and how that starts to calm and focus the mind on the task that you're doing. So you can stay very alert and present without having to think about other things that might be going on for you right now. I'm going to direct the breath now into my left side. So as I breathe in, I'm going to visualize the left side of the lungs expanding, the left ribs expanding, and I'm going to send that breath all the way out through my left arm as though it was unraveling it, to then feel that release from my fingers, hands, elbow, shoulder, out of the lungs on that left side and out of your mouth. And then do that again on the left side. Breathe into the left side of you. Feel like that breath is traveling all the way out through the upper arm, through the elbow, the lower arm, the wrist, the hand, the fingers, expanding them out. And then as you breathe out, you feel them deflate, recoil in a little, just unravel and drop a little heavier into the floor. And notice how that arm and shoulder and that left side of feeling, having brought attention to that area with your breath. Should we do the same on the other side? So let's send the breath into the right side of the lungs, causing the ribs to expand and open up to the right there, out through the right shoulder, upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, hand, fingers, expanding them out to then feel that release and subside as the breath works its way back to your center and up and out of your mouth. Go with that again. Keep asking for the breath to head out as though it's inflating your right arm, really expanding it, reaching into all the little crevices and creases to then allow them all to return as the arm releases back to center. And maybe you could do that both sides now with the breath, breathing in, breathing that breath out into both your arms, reaching. And if it feels good, you could even stretch the arms just out from the floor to then allow them to release and come back through to your center. Let's slide the left leg out straight. And just get a sense of the length you now have from the top of your head to the bottom of your foot, feeling the whole length of the leg. Could you breathe down the body this time, all the way through and into that leg, as though the breath was working its way all the way to the foot? And then allow that to subside and almost shrink back towards the center of you. Do that again and feel the reach of the breath as it moves down inside your hollow leg. And to counterbalance that reach, I'm going to reach out through the arm behind me at the same time to then let that subside and release the breath. And again, get that shrinking feeling back to center. Keep going on this left side, feeling the arm and the leg reaching away with the inwards breath, getting longer each time to then allow yourself to shrink back. And if you could continue to get longer through that left side, allow your head to roll to the right and feel like the ribs really expand out to the left and then shrinking back to center. I'm going to do that one more time, using the breath to help me create length and reach, enough to roll me around to the right, really creating the feeling of space on the left side, and back again to center. I'm going to bring the arm and leg back and notice how that feels. I'm going to do the same with the right leg as it reaches away. I'm going to send the breath down my body as though it's moving all the way through the pelvis, down the leg, through the knee, through to the ankle, through to the foot. And when it's fit to burst, it's just going to release back. Going to do that again, but this time, as I'm breathing into the leg, I'm going to use the right arm to find some opposition to the reach, get longer through the whole right side to then allow that to release all the way back to where everything is let go, coming back with the reach, filling you up. Really focus on that whole right side, enough to feel the head would like to roll to the left, and then gently easy back again. Keep going with that sense of reach and length and expanding through your right side. and coming back through to center, and then bring the right leg back in and notice the balance between your right side and your left side. I'm going to take my feet just a little wider than my pelvis, and from there I'm going to play with rocking my legs and my pelvis from side to side, feeling the weight shifting across into one hip and across into the other hip. You'll feel that weight shift through the feet to the right side of each foot and the left side of each foot. And you'll also start to experience a sequence of movement, a winding sequence that's coming up the body towards the head. The further you go, you'll notice the further up the body the wind goes. And don't feel that you have to go any particular distance, but notice where your body wants to go. Where are you enjoying going? Do you feel the tension, the line of pull? And you see here, I'm just letting my head counter-rotate with the pelvis to really enjoy the reach right across my body from my shoulder, across through the leg, reaching out through the kneecap, across the room. And each time I unwind, I'm feeling gravity. I'm noticing that sense of weight, bring me back to my mat and the center. I'm going to pause with my legs to the right this time. And with the left arm, and it may need to lift more or less, or it may even be happy to stay on the floor, I'm going to reach it over behind my head. And you'll notice if you keep circling, you'll end up on your side. And then as I unwind from the top, arcing the arm around, I can then allow the rest of the body to unravel. I take my legs to the left, I roll my head, reach the right arm, and then I take that right arm, and keeping the line of pull through the whole right side of my body, I'm reaching over until I'm laying on my side, and then arcing around. You'll notice I'm keeping the activity in the leg as I do that. So you want to feel the elastic quality of your body, how it's all connected, like you're one piece of fabric, gently being tensioned from each end, reaching, winding, unwinding, through whatever range feels good to you, whatever shape you create is fine. Next time I head over to the right with my legs and I'm reaching my left arm over my head, I'm going to carry on reaching, sliding my left knee up to reach my right knee. I'm going to come onto my side into this fetal type of position. And from here I'm going to use my breath to explore the back of my body as I breathe wide into the lower ribs, into the lower back. Feel all of that expand. And then I'm going to start to reach the left arm back up and over my head. I'm slowly coming away from my legs. But when you feel ready, just bring the left foot back to the floor and unravel. Head over to the left side with the legs. The head goes to the right. Now the right arm's coming over. Roll onto your side. But then I slide the right knee up to the left knee and bring the right arm down. And I'm going to enjoy that expanding right across the back with my breath. Feel how wide your back ribs are as you open out. And then the right arm comes back over. And I bring the leg back and come all the way through to center. From this position, find your feet. Try just dropping each foot into the floor and notice the floor and notice gravity. Make a stand into the feet. Get the sense of, as you press your feet into the floor, how the pelvis could become lighter, and as you continue to stand into your feet, reach the knees out over the toes and stand up into a bridge position. As I come down, I stay standing in my feet, and as I'm breathing out, feeling that sense of deflation, I'm gently allowing the legs to carry me down and release my spine bone by bone into the mat. You'll notice I've still got my feet a little bit wider than normal. So go ahead and have your feet just that little bit wider if they're not there already, and stand back into the feet all the way through to your toes. Connect down into your footprints as you reach the knees forward. And notice as you stand strong, the chest and the ribs can feel heavy and falling as your sacrum is light and floating and the knees are reaching, picking up that line of pull. I'm just going to play with the idea here of moving my legs outwards and inwards, feeling the difference from my inner legs and my outer legs, noticing what's getting longer and shorter. I'm going to hold the knees together and then release down, still in my feet, rolling wide through the lower back of the pelvis, opening the knees, stand back into the feet and reach those knees over the feet, over the toes. And I'm standing strong here, feeling pretty wide at the front of the pelvis. But as I draw the knees together, it's going to invite the back of the body to spread and open a little more as I roll out through, breathing out, releasing all the way to the tail. Let's do that one more time. Standing into the feet, reaching the knees forward, closing the knees, rolling out the spine, breathing all the while. Fantastic. We're going to go from there and we're going to roll around onto our front. So just allow yourself to roll over onto either side and come and lay onto your mat. And I'm going to take the knees a little wider again here and have my knees just gently bent. Play with the idea now that gravity is taking your body weight forwards into the mat. So I'm dropping out through the front of my chest, the front of my ribs, abdomen, the front of my pelvis. And I'm not too worried about how bent my knees are, but what I do want to feel is the weight of the front of the pelvis falling forwards into the mat. Start playing with moving the legs from side to side and notice what you feel in the front of the pelvis. You'll probably feel like when you were on your back, one side of the hip is getting heavier whilst the other side is getting lighter. You can do this resting the head down, and if you want to roll the skull to the opposite side to which the legs are going, reaching out through the tip of the elbow, then again we can get a nice sense of counterbalance. Pause in the middle, just feeling the front of the pelvis falling into the mat. And as you keep that width, the weight dropping out of the front of the pelvis, breathing out, reach the legs away long until they hover, and then relax the legs to bend the knees in again.
again, dropping into the front of the pelvis. The front of the pelvis stays down as the legs reach long. And maybe you can feel some energy out through the crown of the head. And then bending and releasing. This time as I reach the legs long, front of pelvis dropping, lower ribs heavy, I'm going to reach my arms long as well and feel that reach from the top of the head, fingertips, toes, and then gently release back. Work with your outwards breath this time to fall into the floor through the front of the pelvis, the lower ribs, and feel everything else gets to reach. And then relax back into your center. One more time. We're going for the reach. And I'm going to drop into the mat from there. Have soft elbows. Feel easy on the mat. This time I'm just going to reach the right leg. And as I reach the right leg, it's going to hover from the mat. As it hovers, I cross it over the left leg. And I'm going to push with my right arm to take me onto my side, or in that direction is fine. And then arm reaches to bring me back as I unravel back to center. Notice your right side. Does it feel a bit longer than the left side now? Let's do that with the left leg. We're going to reach it first. Cross it over the right leg, aiming for the floor the other side. And pushing with the left arm, or maybe even you want to reach the left arm out into space. It's going to lead me back, the left arm, as the sequence moves from top to bottom and all the way down. And does that feel a little more balanced now? We do one more on the right side. Let's reach the leg, cross it over. Feel like you're having the best yawn you ever had. Reaching arm and leg. Arm reaches back. Unwinding. Do you feel how your whole body is connected? Then long through the left leg, reaching across the right one. Left arm comes overhead. I'm on my side. I'm reaching back from the left arm first and unraveling all the way down. And from this position, still long in the legs, open in the hips, heavy in the pelvis, I'm going to pull my arms towards me and allow the front of my body to look up, feeling like I'm lifting my heart muscle right up through the front of the chest. Big deep breath in here to then just soften the elbows and feel the sequence as each rib drops back, head last. I'm leading this one with the outwards breath to help send the head forward as I pull against the floor with my arms and shoulders and really opening the front of the chest. And maybe have a little look around you here. Can you get a sense that your shoulders are not fixed, that they're actually free to move as you move your arms? Just feel quite easy in this position. And then come all the way back again. Fantastic. I'm going to slide the hands in so they come in just a little closer towards my armpit, shoulder level. And this time, as I pull back and send myself forward, I'm coming up, getting longer from the front of my body, from my pelvis, through my chest, through my skull. And I'm going to push with the arms and sit right back. And notice how that feels into this rest position. Soft, soft folds through the hip, through the knee, body just drapesing over the legs. From there, I'm going to come forward, walking out,
pushing the legs behind me. Find the length through the front of yourself, lifting up the chest. And then with the arms snug to the body, lower yourself back. Continue to breathe all the way down. And again, I'm going to get longer up through the body, elbows reaching back. Getting longer. When is the moment where you would push and send yourself away from the floor and reach all the way back into your rest position? Taking an enormous breath into the back of the body. Feel the ribs expand, get wider into the sides of yourself. And maybe you could just reach across to the left side and really focus on that right side again as you breathe into it. And then go the other way. Go over to the right side and really focus on the left side as you breathe into it. And then back through to center. Take a moment. And then direct the back of the pelvis down. So the back of me goes down as the front of me starts to unroll and build up. Spread into your toes and come back onto your feet. And then shift the weight over your feet until you feel you've got all of each foot down. Soft folds at the hip and the knee. And you can release the spine so the weight pours out of the back of the skull and the arms hang free. Push your feet into the floor to allow the lower ribs, lower back to expand up to the ceiling. You can use your inwards breath to enhance that. And then as the feet make deeper footprints, back of the pelvis rolls down. The toes can help send the front of the pelvis and front of the spine up. And your body just rebuilds itself. Shoulders, arms fall into place. And the head finds the very top. And as you stand in that position, feel the floor underneath you. Feel grounded. Feel the support you have coming from below. And feel the space through your body right up to the top of your head. Like we did at the start, we're going to use an inwards breath to breathe wide out through the lungs, into the arms, into the hands and fingers. And as you breathe out, have your feet send your arms high and come and find your center. Where is the center of your body here? I'm going to breathe wide again. Reach out into space. As I breathe out, give the arms to gravity. But my legs are still strong and my feet are sending me up through my shoulders. So I stand tall, feel centered, balanced, and rejuvenated. And I hope you do too. Thank you very much.